Was one hell of a detour. Did I hear that right?
Take it easy.
Sumeru City! Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads...
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Because there's currently no information on either of you. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia, perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord. After centuries, as long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in lock.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. Here are your Akasha terminal.
It kinda looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh, since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, may the mighty... Whoa, just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know, and...
Exactly. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord Kusanali. 500 years ago, the sages found a new... Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember. Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. You too? Well, glad it's not just Paimon. Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just What? He's from Sumeru. Let's see. Kainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a look. Hopefully. Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me.
Great. You see,
What? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data did.
Here, this is a letter.
Oh, let me see. Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for
We want to meet with Lesser Lord.
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? Sorry.
What? You too?
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru,
Huh. Didn't expect her to be.
the Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Aw, but then what can we do?
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see less in this world, take me for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But don't mention it. If you two, hey, come on. This
So what do we do now? Even, huh? Like who? Oh, you're right!
Forget that. Welcome. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Take it easy. Ad Astra Abyssask. Hello, Traveler and Paimon.
Catherine, we need your help.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord.
You two wish to meet with Sumeru. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha.
Aw, another dead end.
Please do not worry. I mean, in Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. They take on various contracts and work all across. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they...
Corps of 30?
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks number 30. Asfant, an advisor with the Corps. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you're welcome.
Alright, off to the Citadel of Razor we go!
Did I see a chest or something? Yeah, well, I'm here.
Ad Astra.
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you about something.
I see. So, Kath, it's true that the Eremites
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, it isn't just us, though. If you ask,
Oh? Why?
just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru in their eyes. She was the one who founded Sumeru. And because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with... Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance. And the Academia never announces any...
Really? Aw.
But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it.
All right. Well,
No problem. Always happy to help out the Adventurers Guild.
seems Asfand was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's...
Whoa, really?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend. Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him. With the wisdom to help, the man journeyed across deserts, and in despair he thought, alas, the
Okay,
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man, at that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "Oh, Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom, along your journey, we were in every flower and
yeah, thanks for the story.
in a way.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord...
Of course. So did... I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's...
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. This thing! Let's see if we can get rid...
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue...
Did she have bit?
Yes, that's her.
Yeah!
Quick, after her.
Dunyarzad, we thought you might have been long...
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you start...
You can relax now. We...
Really? Thank you so... Uh-oh. Looks like the...
Huh? More?
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's... Okay, sounds good.
All right, let's move out.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago.
I see. In that case, you two should scram.
Wait a sec. Who the
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard. My lady, let's get going. You've been...
And if I refuse...
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But...
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she'd...
Stay out of this. You don't Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double?
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but and knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna...
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me because she saved me. The love, this is my life and my last chance.
My lady, are you sure what...
Yes, I'm sure.
Fine, I won't... But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing...
Thank you, Dia.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's
Yeah,
our
I'm
next
definitely
topic
summoning
of
something for
conversation.
her immediately.
Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out. So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way.
Okay, Dia.
Yay! Looks like they...
I'm fine, really.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already...
I'm sorry for worrying you two.
Sure! After you...
Your theory is just putting the cart before the horse.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Word on the street is that you're a body...
Nah, you get used to it. How about a minute?
You got it, huh? Isn't this little...
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now?
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. Hey, come on! Paimon has... Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived.
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know...
Huh?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind.
Dunyarzad, don't be... Who are you? How do I explain this? Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder. That you hate taking medicine. Wow. Dunyarzad is... What? Huh? But... Then... Oh. Then...
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Tefat. Yes, if it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was ready.
What's the Sub-Zero?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that it's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. But because of the Academia's influence, the Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zero's festival, maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
Aww.
It is. It's absolute sure the Greater Lord founded Sumeru. But hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali...
Just remember that we're still out in public.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day. But I hadn't met any of them. But recently, I made a friend there who I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu? The one who sent...
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face.
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared. So I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today and see how things are coming along.
Sure, that's quite the trip though. I'll carry you.
No, that would be too much.
Oh.
Even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us.
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested.
I definitely like her already. I definitely want to summon for her. Buy all the recipes. Probably not gonna meet her anytime soon. Oh, it's this chick from the trailer.
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped. Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught.
You could say that.
Oh,
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon.
so you're followers from another land? That's wonderful. You two... By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating...
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have enough Mora?
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage. Come on, I'll show you.
Fascinating story.
Okay, it's just artifacts. Ooh, that's a good amount of HP.
last time I was here, the stairs were full of...
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. We reported it to the academia many times, but they...
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't thank the Danger Archon for Dunyarzad. But the more she gave us, the stage is going to be even prettier when it's...
And I can't wait to see you on the stage.
Nilu, what are you gonna be?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zeros.
Dunyarzad, have you told them the origin?
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord.
Okay, then I'll tell you according to legend, the Sub-Zeros festival was originally the Goddess of Flowers' birthday celebration for the Greater Lord. A long, long time ago, on one of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthdays, her friends threw her a Some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing. So as she danced upon the grass, countless beautiful parisaras began to... Those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if only time could stop at this very moment." Of course they did. When people mention the gods, they always think of the Archon. Although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. This outfit I'm wearing is apparently... Though we're just tiny people compared to the divine, we still have to do our best to make sure that the birth...
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey her well. Yeah. The great...
Thinking about the goddess of... If my stage were anything like that... So, Traveler...
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birth.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea!
And why wouldn't we want either of these?
Of course Paimon wants to watch!
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zeros festival together?
Dunyarzad, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so everyone at the grand...
In that case, we'll take...
Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? Did you know that the Sub-Zeros festival is about to happen?
Dancing as a child, I even asked my grandmother why we performed. My grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all. The Sub-Zeros festival has been losing its appeal over the...
Let's talk to her.
Huh. Revamping the stage for the festival couldn't have been easy, that's for sure. I bet this year's festival will be one to remember. I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Two things that the academia doesn't particularly approve of. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. The fragrance... I mean, that's what I've heard at least.
Ah, Sundari.
Things are really shaping up, and there's a buzz around the festival this year. Don't be fooled into thinking that... And when it comes to musicians, dancers...
Nilu, your outfit looks amazing. There's also something...
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz to my dress for the festival. See?
Wow, did you sew all that yourself?
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. I've noticed that you can't keep your eyes off that crown over there. Would you like to try it on? Of course.
Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like... Catherine! Huh. Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon! What's shaken?
Whoa. Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon...
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the but saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. But take you two, for example.
Well, we enjoy traveling across Teyvat and all that.
Yes, you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our intended destination.
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. If festivals bring happiness to everyone, then that's where they're true. Oh, it look.
All right, we'll see you next time at the Adventurers Guild. Oh, by the way,
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here. You've already been blessed by the element of Dendroa.
There's something
Hey, Traveler.
Oh, hey, Dia!
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up...
Are you serious?
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get... my lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment.
Sounds like a... Let's head over to the Citadel of Rexar and wait for Dia!
Take it easy. Sorry, I'm late. It took some convincing for the Master and Mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the port for a while because she was in a bad mood. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy.
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first...
It's called being a...
Look, Dia's blush.
Listen, you two. I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the... Oh, hey, Chief.
Ha, Dia! What are you doing here?
I take it you all know each other already?
Mm-hmm. We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild pointed us to Osfon for more info.
No kidding. Huh.
Rookshaw's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered sumeru since you've already...
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft? Sorry, what the...
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. Let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from... The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the search for leads. All we know so far...
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back.
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves.
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students in...
If you're also interested.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do here. And take it from me, if you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. Let's just say that the Eremites there aren't... There are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for the Scarlet King." Word is that more and more are joining their movement. They're becoming...
You bet they are. The Scarlet King's...
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still with... Well, Traveler, that's about all the...
Thanks, Dia! And you Since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City...
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zeru's festival. Good. Then we'll see you both at the Sub-Zeru...
Alright. Okay. Probably do that in my own time. Was it the antiques guy again?
Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the highest quality, made with pride and experience.
You've got a deal. I can't thank you enough for always looking after my business.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care? And that's not all. Did you know that...
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Guess that's only to be expected for the largest port in Sumeru. Maybe it's because of what Dia told us earlier, but Paimon can't seem to shake the feeling that there's also danger lurking in these crowds. Let's get our bearings so we can start looking for leads. We know that whatever the Academia lost is related to the gods. But other than that, Osfun told us to try posing as Academia students. Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and, well,
Time to go.
Welcome. Welcome.
Hi there. We would like to ask...
Of course. As many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia. Sure, we may not be Sumeru. You see over there? Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got... If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teaches us what we need.
Those students seem...
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite mercenaries have been posted along the streets now.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about the Scarlet King and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them. What was that group called again? Ein something or other?
They're called Ein El Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment.
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of thing. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. As long as they know you're a student, then deals... I've heard that Ein El Hakmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, If you're willing to part with 500,000 mora...
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're...
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it's practically worthless to anyone aside from us.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in.
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shade? So, what's our plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 mora! Have you lost your mind? Oh, alright.
No, I'm saving this up to get you and me a skill 10, but oh well. Couple of runs in the ley lines, I'll get it all back. Wait, the gold clouds, I mean. I don't get about please popping up.
Take it easy.
This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat some...
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Ha!
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a significant...
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick mora?
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able...
Huh. All these guys talk about...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when the Scarlet King exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Traitor?
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too. We should ask about that if we get the chance later.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? Travel?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
Paimon can't stand to see so much more...
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right! We heard you mention the Scarlet King just now. We're actually interested...
Fine. Since you've already handed over the... As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar, years ago, the Scarlet King founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civil... The Scarlet King was the rightful god of wisdom. But he was betrayed by a companion...
So, you mean...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed the Scarlet King's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we... Furthermore, she conspired with the Academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the But the story doesn't end there. Oh, mark my words. If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of the Scarlet King. I don't have anything to say to you academia people about that. I think this conversation...
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
You again? Deranged academia.
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, I'd take measures to make things uncomfortable for you. Listen to me.
So over here, do you
That
look
address
okay?
he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there once you show up.
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you playing at, trying...
I told you the other day.
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear...
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then.
I'm warning you.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the archons used war to negotiate. If, on the other hand, we can't... I will jeopardize the Eremites' reputation. I am quite confident that if I began... Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame... Consider this. Have I ever...
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 mora to them.
Didn't do it.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food.
Mr. Iman, there appears to be fewer staff in... Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our more plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on. He went that way! After him!
Bisa Dendro do you look?
Wait up! It's Al-Hatham, right?
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the... Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end, they... All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still... Since you tore through their scam right in front of them...
Who exactly are you two? And a student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Huh? Oh, yeah!
She doesn't even have a vision.
Maybe not, but those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next...
All right. I accept. We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information, does that mean you can tell...
You were willing to part with 500,000 more? Okay, look. If you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now.
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites...
You know almost everything there is to know. This is what you've been looking for. This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information. It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, they were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge... Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Meanwhile, Those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the common citizens. Well, I think that about sums it up. Ah, so that's your... With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved.
Take it easy.
Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be... She's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't... I think she blacklisted me. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust.
Why do you want us to meet with...
Until you complete this task? You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other trick...
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora, and I'll prepare some fun...
What?
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight? Oh? That's a surprise. Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look this...
Try inspecting them with element...
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge, however, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times. So those using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for earning Dory.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the Mora for purchasing. Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any Mora left over, and be sure to exercise.
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regular... The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out, now's... Okay.
Tell us if we're not backing out or we're not backing out.
Dory's informant is a traitor near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy? What a unique palette.
Following the paper got us past the...
Ronak, these two want to buy
Got it. You too. Please follow me.
I didn't even look at the
You two
fucking
have
paper.
fascinating fashion.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru Rose means common merch. No, look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
Ah, the warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me.
Well, we're always breaking some law in every bloody country. Oh, for fuck.